Hello everybody and welcome back once again. Another edition of Inside the Headset 2015 season getting ready to crank up. It's Jamboree night tomorrow night as the Blackman Blaze will head down to Stewart's Creek, and that's who they'll be facing. And they will be in action first tomorrow night. So we've got the head coach of the Blaze, David Watson. Coach, what's been going on?
Oh, been getting ready for the Jamboree, getting ready to go down there and look at all the other teams, look at ourselves, get under the lights, or in our case, under the sun, I guess a little bit. The lights will come on later, but put the uniforms on and get out there and let the kids have a little fun, see where we are.
Coach, talk about what you'll do. Will everything kind of, because you're going off first, you'll have a little bit different than some of the other teams. Will you try to leave here, get there at a certain time, unload bus, guys, we should have pads on at this time, we should be on the field at this time? Are you going to run this thing as a time and an itinerary?
Yeah, we'll have a pregame meal tomorrow about 3:15, and right as school ends up, and then we'll try to leave here about 4:20. Get on over there and let the kids walk the field. We'll go dressed, which is, it's a short trip, probably
right.
15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just because of being on a bus, take a little longer. We'll walk the field and get out there and get stretched, get loosened up, come off the field. Kind of take them through a little routine, and we'll get the headsets out, test them, make sure they're working. Just kind of use it as a I guess a run through for next
video,
Saturday.
everything,
yeah,
all
video,
the parts and
all
pieces.
that. Yep.
Special teams wise, tomorrow night you'll get a chance to basically punt, basically kick an extra point, do a little bit, but it won't be full contact. How important will that be? What few plays you get before you go into the big one?
Well, I think it's super important because in the first game you always see somebody have to waste a timeout due to not having enough people out on the field on the kick team. So it'll be a good chance for our kids to see how alert they are on the boundary, our staff, getting them organized, making sure we have 11, getting them on and off the field, because that's something in scrimmages you do it, but it's just not the same as when you're out there under the lights and against another team. So that'll be something that's really important and something we'll try to do a really good job with and stress to our kids. Even today at practice, we'll talk about it, and then tomorrow night, that'll be a good, maybe we'll get the kinks out of any substitutions on kick teams tomorrow night, hopefully.
So you're going against Stewart's Creek, but ultimately you are working on Hoover?
Chalkville.
Chalkville, sorry. Of course, I was with you guys last year, but you're working on Chalkville. What do you got to have out of tomorrow night? I mean, you're going to only get a few plays on the offense, get a few plays on the defense, but what do you need tomorrow night before heading into that Chalkville game? Because I think I saw on USA Today, 18th in the nation.
Right.
They're got a receiver that's going to be at Alabama. We're going to see some talent, but what do you got to have before heading into that one?
I want our kids to handle everything well. Of course, I expect us to play hard and play physical and play fast.
Right.
I expect that. That's non-negotiable. But some of them be the first time they're on the field by themselves with the coaches standing over on the side. So hopefully they'll handle that well and not get big-eyed. If they're going to get big-eyed tomorrow night, then we probably got some problems, going forward. So hopefully they'll handle everything well. We'll execute. We'll play hard. Come out of it injury-free. Try to play as many kids as we can because it's still a scrimmage. Tomorrow night, regardless of what happens, we're 0-0. But we still like to come out and perform and look good, just because that's the expectation. Regardless of who you're playing, if it's a scrimmage, a jamboree, a practice, a game, whatever it may be, we expect to look sharp and to play business-like and play fast and play physical.
Okay, so go through that. I'll probably interview you next Thursday. Is there anything between now and then, because it may be a little bit too late, as far as the game tickets going into this big classic game, is there any advantage to them buying them at the Blackman High School or on ticket or wherever the outlets may be?
We have a certain amount of tickets at both schools that are for the students that the students can buy at a reduced rate. But if they buy at the game, it's going to cost them the full $15, which is a lot to swallow for a high school kid, maybe in some situations, but they are going to see two games.
Oh, two fantastic games.
It's going to be an exciting thing. It's at Middle Tennessee State. You're going to see two of the premier teams from Alabama. I don't think there's any question about that. And we like to think that Oakland and Blackman, are some of the premier teams in Middle Tennessee and in our state. So it's going to be a really neat thing.
past to present, you're kind of the one. I kind of look at you as kind of Katrina. This is kind of before and after. Anything different you'll do as you get ready to go prepare for that first football game? Because I won't talk to you until next Thursday.
No, we'll do the things we do. You know, we'll just we've already started prepping for Clay Chalk. We'll try to we'll finalize our game plan this weekend. But we won't do anything different. We'll just try to get out there and be prepared and play fast and play physical and accept the challenge of a great Chalkville team. And you know, it's exciting. It's going to be a heck of a challenge because, like you said, they're 18th in the country. They're a good football team. They're defending state champions
In 6A.
in 6A in Alabama.
Yeah.
And but I think that our association and our competition against those types of teams is going to make us better, regardless of the outcome. You know, certainly we're going to go in there expecting to win and expecting to play, and you know, we're not going to be a team that's going to roll over and say, well, they're the state champions. But regardless of what happens, this is the stage you want to be in. You want to be playing in
These kids have maybe the biggest moment under the lights that they ever have in their career, and they're going to take it with them the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. I mean, our program's fortunate to be in these kind of games, so we got to accept that and go forward and represent our high school, represent our town and our state the way we need to.
Any kids need any accolades right now that really worked hard coming up to this scrimmage in this first game at this point in time?
I'm pretty proud of all our kids, how they've worked. We've had an exceptional fall in terms of work and effort and attitude.
Yeah.
When school starts, it seems like the days are longer for the kids and the coaches. So, you know, we battled through that. I was a little concerned, I guess, Tuesday that, you know, second day of school, full gear practice on a Tuesday, Jamboree on Friday. You know, that's a tough one to get
We're right
through.
there, yeah.
We're right there. We're not in season mode yet. We're still kind of in fall camp mode. But our kids, for the most part, have battled through. You know, our quarterback, he got some pub in the paper this week. You know, he's just a good leader for us. Last year he was a linebacker. He was a leader. This year he's a quarterback. He's just a football player. You know, he's done a great job. Miller Armstrong. Taylor Dowdy's had a really good fall at tailback. I like some things. Our offensive line has improved tremendously. Coach Oliver's done a great job coaching those guys. Overall, our team since spring practice to now has improved tremendously. We're just going to have to go see if it's enough, you know, and can we keep improving?
Well, regardless of whether win or loss against Clay Chalkville, it'll be a great learning experience, and then, as some people say, it's going to be a long journey, so it won't be the end of the world, win or lose, and you know, the highs and lows, we'll find out about them. But anything you want to say to the Blackman faithful, administration, faculty, and staff, or fans before you go in tomorrow night?
Well, we just appreciate your support, and we look forward to there being a big Blackman crowd there. It's a short drive. It's the first opportunity to see the team, you know, in a public setting outside of a scrimmage. Hope the student body shows up and really supports us and has a great atmosphere and shows everybody what the Blackman community is truly about in terms of how much they love their football.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So for tomorrow night, and your game kicks off at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So the Blaze in Stewart Creek will be in action tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Get there early. Let's have some good fellowship. If you see me there, say hello, and we'll see you tomorrow night.